doubles victory.
And volleyball wins their first Horizon League match.
All this and much more coming up next on the Penguin Rundown. Welcome into another edition of the Penguin Rundown. I'm Richie Giuliano, joined by Katie Rogers-Vidala. Katie, it was a successful weekend for a bunch of YSU sports, including the volleyball team who picked up their first Horizon League victory. The cross-country team had a great weekend at the Notre Dame Invitational, as well as a couple other sports, including women's tennis.
I know, it's really unfortunate. We did get a lot of wins, but we also got some losses too. Unfortunately, one of those sports was football, but you're going to get us started with what happened at the football game.
The Penguins went out west to do battle with Missouri Valley Football Conference foe and number 13th ranked Northern Iowa this past Saturday in the UNI Dome. The Penguins came away shorthanded though in a rugged 34-7 loss. This is the Penguins' third loss in a row and now drops them to 1-3 on the season and 0-2 in conference play. It was a tough ball game as a whole for the YSU as Demetric Crenshaw and Jaleel McLaughlin couldn't replicate their dynamic rushing performance from last week. Crenshaw was picked off twice and McLaughlin was held to only 20 yards rushing. Not all was bad though for the offense as George Porto-Real caught his first career touchdown for the Penguins. Another positive is that the Gwins played a clean game, not being called for a penalty one time. The defense had its fair share of struggles, though, as the Penguins' D allowed 388 yards on offense and allowed Panthers running back Dom Williams to average 10.8 yards per carry on just 11 rushing attempts. Bright spots from the defense this week include Grant Dixon nabbing a second career pick along with 6 tackles, and the defense racking in 3 total sacks in the backfield. The football team will try to rebound as it's homecoming week here at the Ice Castle. The Penguins will host the Missouri State Bears Saturday at 2 p.m. You can catch this game on ESPN+, or you can listen to it on 570 WKBN.
This past weekend, the women's soccer team returned home to host Horizon League opponent, the UIC Flames. The Penguins were forced to settle for a 0-0 double overtime tie, however. In the game, sophomore goalkeeper Brooklyn Kirkpatrick recorded her first career shutout. She was credited with 9 saves and faced 17 total shots from the Flames. Junior Marcella Sizer led the Penguins with 3 shots, while sophomores Justine Apollonia and Elise Bush each had 2 shots. Unfortunately, the Penguins were outshot by UIC 17-10. The team moves to 1-7-4 overall and 1-1-3 in the Horizon League. Up next, the women will visit Green Bay on Thursday and return home to host Northern Kentucky on Sunday at Farmers National Bank Field.
Last Friday, the cross-country team competed in the Notre Dame Joe PIANE Invitational. At the event, the men's team placed 5th in the Gold Division 5-mile race, and the women's team finished 12th in the Gold Division 5K race. From the men's 5-mile race, the team had 2 Penguins finish in the top 40. Sophomore Hunter Christopher placed 19th with a time of 25 minutes and 9 seconds, and sophomore Ryan Meadows finished in 39th place with a time of 25 minutes and 32 seconds. The women also saw 2 top 40 finishes in their 5K race, as junior Morgan Cole finished in a team best 10th place with a time of 17 minutes and 38.8 seconds. Her performance was the 3rd fastest women's 5K time in Youngstown state history. The other top 40 finish from this race came from senior Ashley Rowley, who placed 37th with a time of 18 minutes and 14 seconds, her new personal best. The cross-country team will compete again this Saturday at the Slippery Rock Bill Lennox cross-country meet. With more on the cross-country team, let's send it over to Caleb Ellison and Cameron Stubbs at the Watts.
Thanks, guys. Here we are at the Watson and Tressel training site. Here, I'm Caleb Ellison. Joining me today is Cameron Stubbs. And Cameron, we're going to be talking about a little bit of a hidden gem in the YSU Athletics department, cross-country, both the men's and the women's team. They're really prestigious, good history, and what they're doing now is pretty impressive as well.
Yeah, going off of what you said, they're doing great right now. Specifically, Hunter Christopher and Morgan Cole, they've been carrying the team on their back recently.
All right, talking about Hunter Christopher, just a couple of weeks ago, he was named the Nike Horizon League Cross Country Runner of the Week. And just this past weekend at the Notre Dame Invitational, he finished in the top 20. So he's still young, he's only a sophomore, but he has plenty of accomplishments to his name.
And he's been doing this for a while too, as last year he placed 7th in the Florida State Cross Country Classic with a time of 25:09. That was the fastest time among all YSU freshmen in the program, in program history last year.
Absolutely. Now, talking about Hunter Christopher, then on the women's side, we have junior Morgan Cole. She has plenty of accomplishments to her name just from her time here at YSU and even in high school. Last year in 2020, she got named to the NCAA Division I Women's Cross Country All-Academic Team. She's a nursing major, and obviously with that program, because that's hard. So obviously to get the good grades and be a good athlete, congratulations to that. Last spring, she competed in the Horizon League Cross Country Championships, finishing 4th in her event. And then just this past weekend, she set the 3rd fastest 5K time in school history. So she has plenty of experience here at YSU, and obviously she's really leading the charge for the women's cross country team.
And you touched on her high school. In high school, she was a 7-time letter winner in cross country and track and field. She also holds the record of a 2-mile run time in 11 minutes and 5 seconds. And she also was the Stark County Runner of the Year in her senior year. So if anybody has their cross-country jersey hanging up in the rafters in Louisville High School, it'll be her.
Absolutely. Now, looking ahead here, there's only a few meets left on the schedule. And then before we know it, at the end of the month, we'll have the Horizon League Cross Country Championships. So what are some of the things that the team can do to kind of get ready for the championships and get ready to compete?
Just keep building on what they have right now. Just keep getting those top 20 finishes. Just build on that. I'm sure Morgan Cole and Hunter Christopher, they'll lead the team on the right path.
Absolutely, well said. And that is all the time we have for here today at the Watts. I'm Caleb Ellison.
I'm Cameron Stubbs.
Now it's time to send it back to the studio.
His teams played at the season opening River Forest Invitational, which was held on Friday and Saturday at the River Forest Tennis Club. In singles play, Laurentiu Montechescu advanced to the finals at number 1, while Acer Pena Ibanez won twice to win the consolation final at number 6 singles. Montechescu and Will Everett were a successful duo as they won the number 1 doubles flight and the 3 doubles contests on Friday to claim the flight title. The Penguins are back in action on October 17th through the 19th, where they play at the UNC Wilmington Invitational in North Carolina.
As for the women's tennis team, they competed in the Toledo Rocket Invitational. This was a really strong performance for the Lady Gwyn's doubles team as Maria Oliveira led the way with 3 wins in doubles play. Lily Minich helped the women win 2 matches and also showed up in a big way in singles play, winning the match against Bucknell and Valparaiso. The women's next match will be at the Cleveland State Invitational on October 15th through the 17th. The times for these matches are to be announced, so check out YSUsports.com for updates.
The volleyball team welcomed 2 more Horizon League opponents to the Beagley Center over the weekend, splitting a series between Purdue Fort Wayne and IUPUI. In Saturday's match, the Gwins would put up a fight but fall in straight sets to the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. Freshman Cheyenne Halady had a career-high performance, however, notching 6 kills with a .455 attack percentage, which led the team. Junior Josie Bourne would mark 7 kills, 2 aces, and 10 digs, while junior Riley Seegers would put up 15 digs to lead the Gwins defense. The girls quickly turned things around after the loss, however, defeating the IUPUI Jaguars on Sunday 4-1. This match was yet another battle for the Gwins because each set score was determined by 5 points or less. The Gwins did put up some outstanding numbers both on the offensive and defensive end against the Jaguars. In kills, Paula Gershing notched 18, Nadia Pace registered 10, Josie Bourne contributed 8, and Lexi Beakey and Cheyenne Halady both had 7. Defensively, 5 Penguins hit double digits in digs. Those included Seagroves, Bourne, Sizik, Gershing, and Beakey. The team began the Horizon League travel on the road this past Tuesday against the Wright State Raiders. For box scores and results on this match, be sure to head on to YSUsports.com. And up next, the Gwins will take a short trip to Robert Morris University and take on the Colonials on Friday at 6 p.m. This match can be watched on ESPN Plus as well.
That'll about do it here for the Penguin Rundown show. For news, highlights, and more, you can visit YSUSports.com and be sure to follow us on social media on Twitter and Instagram. That is at Penguin Rundown 1. One more thing before we go, Katie, homecoming week here at Youngstown State. We should have a big crowd on hand and a big support system from the student body this Saturday for the Youngstown State football game.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I hope all the fans come out. I hope all the parents, all the families come out because it's going to be a big weekend this weekend.
Well, it's going to be a big weekend for Youngstown State Athletics. For Katie Rogers-Vidala, I'm Richie Giuliano saying so long here on the Penguin Rundown edition.